The Canadian Border Services Agency recently released a report that says 1 in 4 of its agents saw colleagues discriminate against travelers. Most often, that discrimination was based on their race. We spoke to 2 Canadians who say this has been their experience coming back into Canada. CBC agreed to withhold their identities because they fear reprisal when they travel in the future. Our Joanne Roberts has the story.
I honestly don't even know what it feels like to truly have like a passionate belonging to the country that I'm from.
This 33-year-old woman was born in Canada. When she was younger, she was traveling with her mom, an immigrant from the Caribbean, and her boyfriend, an American citizen. They were coming back to Winnipeg so he could meet the rest of her family.
We were pulled over and brought in for questioning. We were assumed to be trafficking him.
She said border agents separated all of them and interrogated her, asking the same questions because they didn't believe her.
I mean, I was 17 and I had nothing else to say, but we were with each other because he's my boyfriend.
She says she's bothered less at the border because she changes her entire demeanor to stay calm, no matter what border agents say or do.
And it feels like everyone else is allowed to have normal human reactions, but we're not.
Alistair Clark is an immigration lawyer. He's had clients contact him with stories of potential racism at the border. He's not surprised with the results of the CBSA's report.
You know, I recently spoke with a good friend of mine who is a CBSA officer, and he kind of expressed to me similar thoughts of officers that he works with.
He understands border agents have a difficult role in protecting Canada's national security, but they need to balance the need to investigate with treating people with respect.
I call Canada my home.
This 53-year-old woman came from Sri Lanka to Winnipeg in 2008. She says she's afraid of making mistakes at the border and being unable to come back to the country, even though she's a Canadian citizen.
Like paper says you belong here, but still you don't give that feel. Person you're dealing with, that person is not giving you that feeling for you.
She's had family from Sri Lanka with visitor visas staying with her for the past year. They went on a quick trip to the States, and when they arrived at the Canadian border to head back home, she misunderstood what the border agent was asking her. When he asked where they came from, she said they traveled from Winnipeg.
He snapped at me saying, like, you lied to me. You said you came from Winnipeg, but those 2 people are not from Winnipeg. They're from Sri Lanka. So I said, well, so I thought, like, they lived here for a year, so I don't remember to tell that they're initially, because passport says already they're Sri Lanka.
She says she felt humiliated and ashamed by the border agent. Her family was scared they wouldn't be able to re-enter Canada.
So when somebody says like that, you lied and all, then it's more hurtful.
A spokesperson for the CBSA said it condemns all forms of racism and discrimination. It's developed initiatives to make the CBSA a more inclusive, respectful, and diverse place. It will investigate all allegations of inappropriate behavior and take the necessary actions from discipline to termination. Joanne Roberts, CBC News, Winnipeg.